Week 16 franchise game against the Cardinals. So let's see how this goes.
Today, from State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, it's Week 16 of the NFL on EA Sports. For San Francisco.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
On first and 10, here's Murray. On the slant, complete to Hopkins. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. The receiving numbers for Hopkins a week ago. 4 catches, 68 yards.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time. That was an example of excellent defense there. They stuffed him. So now he brings up a third down situation. If I'm calling plays here, I make sure I put in the hands of my quarterback and get it to a receiver real fast. I'm not running the ball here.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Edmonds. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive. Couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized. The other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
He was covered by Richard Sherman.
Back to the air on second down. It's Murray. Finds the open target, Arnold. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming. They got 8 yards there.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Out of the gun, here's Murray, and that's complete. It's the tight end Daniels. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards there, first down.
At the 46-yard line.
From the gun, Murray. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
Complete to Dion.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, #1, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
33-yard
back to the ground on first down, Edmonds. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. D Ford that time, showing what he can do defensively. Credit him with a tackle for loss.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Now on 2nd and 13. Murray, Fitzgerald on a slant. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 20-yard line. 16 yards, a first down. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
We're scoreless after one.
With no score.
Back in Arizona, second quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession as they've got it 2nd down and 12. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Give him 22 yards, and that's also where they snapped it from, the 22. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far in the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. Shotgun now from Murray. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Larry Fitzgerald was the intended target, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
Incomplete. Leads to 2nd and goal.
Oh, they go with a tight end carry. And he is into the end zone.
A little bit.
Arizona. Taking it in from a yard out.
I see you there.
Take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Building confidence after a loss, that's a good way to do it. The loss last game, but first drive here in this one, cashing it in for 6.
Hey, they can talk all they want about putting a loss behind them. I think that drive there did more than any conversation they had, don't you think?
That's exactly right. Puts that to bed, and this is what they said all week long. A lot of things they needed to do differently. Whatever they said appears to have worked. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here's Dante Pettis on the return. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And leading them out in his 3rd season from UCLA, a former 10th overall pick, Josh Rosen.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, the other team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
And he's going to have a Niners first down as the tackle made at about the 38. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot, but what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say, 200 plus?
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's Mostert. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
And it's 3rd down.
They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They'll try it now with Mostert. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The Alabama man, Dre Kirkpatrick, there on the coverage.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
Again, looking for Samuel, this time the catch made. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 26. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Back to the running game with Mostert. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. That time on the outside, pretty nice job as a cornerback to shed any would-be blockers and make the tackle.
You think about the praise we're giving him, what his coaches are giving him, but how about the respect he gets from his teammates to be a complete corner who doesn't just cover receivers, but also tackles ball carriers.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rosen. Open man is born. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Kendrick Bourne. A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped. The left tackle, Trent Williams, guilty there. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Rosen. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown.
Touchdown.
George Kittle, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Gold with the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
The Cardinals take over
Go
1st
ahead.
and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. It was still more than a minute to go in the half.
Peanut butter.
Try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is
When I'm done, you want to watch Wonder Woman?
You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that
All
you
right.
face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. From the gun, Murray rolling to his left. He'll try and run it. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Caught on the left side, Fitzgerald. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. First down, Murray. Over the middle, complete. It's Hopkins. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Operating from the gun. Murray sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to keep it here. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 8 yards that time. Able to take off, and the result is a first down.
10 at the 13-yard line.
From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. Throw left side complete. It's Arnold. A gain of 6 there on first. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Ball on the 8. It's 2nd and 4. From the gun, Murray, and it's caught. And the Cardinals are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece. 7-7 our score. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
The ball carrier.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Coleman, the ball carrier.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line.
The tackle made.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
Rosen just getting the snap off and 1. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Devondre Campbell flies in to blow that play up.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this one hits the 30 and bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
20-yard line.
The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell your guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
It's 3rd down and 6.
Operating from the gun, Murray. Open man is Kirk, complete. And he's going to be taken down about a yard shy of the first at the 29. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And opening there on that first down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Once again, it's Mostert. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42.
Isaiah Simmons on the
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 3rd down, here comes Mostert. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. 7-7 is our score. Pretty even matchup so far as we start quarter number 4. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
ball carrier.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
The 47-yard line.
And he's going to be stopped up just short of the first down at the Cardinals' 44. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Not much there, only a yard.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety and being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
2 yards on the
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. Got his target, Samuel. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. They'll look to throw on 1st down with Josh Rosen. George Kittle, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Now Mostert. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
Raheem Mostert.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Mostert again, the ball carrier.
Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll try and throw for it with Rosen. And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. He'll start things out by handing to Edmonds. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get your reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a score to break this tie. 2nd and 5 now. Murray. He was trying to find his tight end, Dan Arnold, but now it'll be 3rd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Chester Rogers that time, but it's going to be 2nd down. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw is Murray. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. And he's got Fitzgerald. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. That one goes for 8 yards.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Here's Edmonds. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
No gain on the play.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. A 3rd down now, and those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Edmonds running out of the shotgun. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. A big one coming now for the kicker, Zane Gonzalez. This from 51 yards for the win. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a...
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Pettis now on the return. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 31.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far.
What a breakout season Raheem Mostert had in 2019, and now he's got a chance to be the lead back for his team. In fact, he spent time in the offseason bulking up, trying to get stronger to absorb the extra hits and be available for more snaps. He wants to be a guy who carries the ball from game 1 all the way through game 16 in the regular season.
Brings up
2nd and 11 at the 41. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
Mostert. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. Now, after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Here comes the 49ers punter now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Now it's Peterson. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Part 1 is done, now part 2. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. They'll run with Edmonds. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Murray's pass.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
Murray to throw on 3rd and 1. Then he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A Cardinal first down, Murray to Hopkins. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
On the move to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
And there's the beauty of Kyler Murray because we all know he can get it done through the air. Terrific right arm. And nowadays, we don't even talk about his height anymore. He's shown that he can see downfield and make throws. But he also possesses wide receiver speed. He can call his own number or scramble and turn it into a big play as well. Kyler Murray, a dual threat at the quarterback position.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Murray got his man complete over the middle. It's Hopkins. And the Cardinals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
So that's it. No double overtime until the playoffs rolled around, so that means this one ends in a tie.
Yeah, that's ultimately unsatisfying for both teams, the fan bases. Heck, for us.
True.
We came here to see a winner, right?
We did.
Winner and a loser. We didn't get it. We end up with a tie. Everyone walks away. A little bit cranky on this one.
Meh.